don't think that's tasty. No.
So Cal's got the lead here. Boys using the full height of the track and just enough room to squeeze those 42mm bars through. Just taking a punt at that width. And just putting a bit more speed into that next bank. So Cal also increasing the speed, trying to pull him down, taking advantage of the height off. Got a reasonable speed here. Ian's jumped, but he hasn't had a lot of height to get exit speed. He's probably just got enough room to drop into the lane. Carl's dropped out to follow him. Ian's now in the lane. Carl's going to try and swerve through and pass. He's got some extra speed, but he's actually taken a bit of extra height there, which wiped off Kale too. And it's going to be an absolute drag race to the line. I can't. He's going to call them both John. Makes it easy. John's in the lead with John following. John's looking good right now. John's looking around, whereas John watches the other John bum. John taking a bit more height while John follows him off the track. I'm not sure which John is in the most advantaged position here, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's John. Allegedly, I lack some mental cruelty. I made up a word there, by the way, just to sound a bit more intelligent. Alright, as we come into the last lap, now's where we get to see where the tactics play out. There's no height difference between the two Johns here. Tucker on the front, just holding the lane, having a look around. Jonathan accelerating up to the wheel. He's going to go for an early charge around. John Tucker accelerating with him, taking out the advantage. There was no slipstream there. Now it's side by side. John Tucker looks like he's carrying just as much speed underneath. So we're going to have the run off the bank. This is going to be, it's going to be.
Truck standing. Oh, it's very close. We'll get a whistle.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nico. Stop having it, Nico. Sarah doesn't know what to say. How about then on the track, guys? And on the track we have Nick, Mark and Chris Dan.
Okay, come up to this short.
Coming around with 1 lap to go. Picking up the pace. Nick still has Chris rather high up against the fence. Come on. Chris is coming around Nick. Come on, Nick. It's going to be a close one. Come on, Nick. Come on, Nico.
You have to talk more.
Pardon?
You have to talk more.
Sitting rather high against the fence.
Go, James.
James keeping an eye on Gary.
Go, Gary.
James is staying low, trying to keep the lane out of Gary. Starting to rev it up with 1 lap to go. Gary makes a move. James is blocking out the lane. James has jumped, dropping into the lane. Gary's on his wheel. Darius is coming around. James is still apart. James holding off. Looks like James may have this one. Dino's holding Chris up on the fence. Quite slow pace. Dino just keeping an eye on Chris, waiting for a move. Chris does have more height, but Dino's doing a good job of keeping on the fence, keeping on his hip.
Looks to be my race. It's not the worst for it though.
Dino's still keeping an eye on Chris, still going at a rather slow speed. Coming around with 1 lap to go. Dino keeping Chris nice and hard at the bank. 1 lap to go. Pace going to pick up. Dino looks Dino's getting the lane. Chris wants to get Dino, he's going to have to lay off. Chris making a move, charging at Dino. Chris is coming around Dino. Be a close one. Dino's holding the line. Okay, so going rather slow. Ed's on Neil's wheel. Ed's pulling up the track. Neil's just keeping out of that lane, keeping an eye on him, waiting for the jump.
Go ahead.
Nice gap between them. Ed's at the back, he's slowly closing it up by the looks of it. Moving up the track. Neil's just still trying to keep him out of the lane. Neil's keeping an eye on Ed. Waiting for a move. Gap's opened up again. Coming down 1 lap to go. Ed's just jumped. Neil's keeping him down. Moving up the track. Ed's got the lane. Neil's coming around. Neil's in the lead. But anything could happen.
I'll take that lane if I were you, Neil.
Get in the lane!
Neil needs to come down into the lane. And Neil's taking it out.
Okay, Stuart's taking the lead with Jay up top. Keeping nice slow pace here. Jay coming down to about the blue line. Stuart just keeping a keen eye on him. Stuart is not moving his head there, just watching Jay nice and closely, keeping the speed down. Jay's coming up to the fence now, just taking it real easy. Stuart's still got the eyes fixed on Jay. Coming around into the third bend here. Nice slow pace still. Jay starts to go down, no, on the blue. Jay's making a bit of a move. Still keeping it a bit steady though. All over the track. Jay's down into the sprinter's lane. Stuart's on his side. They're winding up the gears here. Stuart's coming for the run. Jay's on the blue line. Stuart goes for the duck, misses it. Jay's out of the saddle, sprinting it up. Stuart's coming around his side. Still up high. And Jay takes it out for the win. Keeping it steady, nice and slow on the blue line. Nice slow pace. Up close to the fence here.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you an update on the scores at the end of Round 2, we've had all of our races. In D grade, on 10 points, Vanessa Boff. On 7 points, we have Johnny Lewis and Jared Wilson. And on 4 points, we have Jennifer Campbell. In C grade, on 10 points, we have Craig Towers and Emily Appolito. On 7 points, we have Matthew Lim and Merv Tracy. And on 4 points, we have Dave Thomas and Roger Cochran. In B grade, on 10 points, Carl Brewer and Nick Mark. On 7 points, Ian McGinley, Jonathan Dent, Nick Jehu and Chris Dan. And on 4 points, John Tucker. So this is our last round, last heat in round 2. John Cochran and I still can't breathe. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. Ian McGinley tried to kill me and almost succeeded. And John Cochran leading it out. Long way out. A lot of these sprints have been long, and I can tell you that's not how it should be. John's going to have to hold Nick off here if he's to do it. He's got the inside running, so he's going to travel less distance. No,